I like coffee. I didn't drink any coffee until after college, and I really missed out. I probably didn't miss out because the coffee at the collab in Santa Barbara probably wasn't that good. But I've been really into coffee for the last year or so, and my cat is rubbing his face all over my stand. But please don't cause my thing to fall. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go put. I'm gonna go put him in my room. Okay, this might just be easier for me if it's like not on my tripod. For some reason, it's easier for me like that. So now I'm holding the camera from this big old lens, which probably isn't very ergonomic. But I've been drinking coffee for well over 2 years now. I didn't drink any of it after college, and I didn't start drinking it until I started working at Genentech, which was 2 years ago about. So now I'm pretty much into it. I started with, going to Phil's Coffee, like every other millennial slash Bay Area kid. Then I ended up getting a French press from one of my friends. So that's how I started making coffee by myself. And then my friend Alex actually bought me an aeropress last Christmas, but I didn't end up using it until like 8 months later. And then I realized, oh my gosh, this makes a really good cup of coffee. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna show you guys how I use the aeropress, how I make coffee with it. And you only need a few things. So first of all, you need a mug. So if you don't have a mug, that's your first problem. Second of all, you're gonna need some way to boil water. So you guys can just use a pot and pan, or you guys can use a hot water boiler, or for me, I think it's called a gooseneck water boiler. So I'll show you how that works. But the biggest thing is you want to make sure that you can measure how hot the water is. And if not, you're gonna have to eyeball it. So pretty much you're gonna have to wait for the water to boil and then cool down enough to get to 80 degrees. Or if you don't have a thermometer, just let it boil, give it like 30 seconds to cool down, and then you should be okay. It won't be 100% accurate, but you get what you get. Third of all, you need a way to grind coffee beans. Something with a conical burr will allow you to have a more consistent grind. If you use like a pulse grinder or something people use for spices, which I got last Christmas, it was a Krups one. I'll make sure to show it to you during the video. That will unfortunately not give you a very consistent grind, which will basically make you inconsistent cups of coffee. So I bought like a $20 Java Press A, very cheap hand grinder. It takes me 3 to 4 minutes to grind enough beans for 1 cup. So it might just be worth it to buy an electric one, but they go for like $130 for the Encore Barazza or Barizzi, whatever it's called. So maybe not. And last but not all, you need beans. Where do you get beans? You can go to Pete's Coffee, you can go to Starbucks, you can go to Phil's Coffee, you can go to any of the third wave coffee culture places out there, which pretty much means like in the city there's Cyclass Coffee, there is Andy Town, there is Ritual Coffee, and basically all like the very hipster coffee places you've seen, those are all third wave, which is a whole nother dilemma of coffee, which is something I'm not gonna get into the video. But let's go make some coffee and I'll show you guys how I do it. So the first thing we need to do is measure our beans. So what I do with the Java Press A is I take off the top part. Ba bing, ba boom. Super high quality now, not really. Turn on the scale so it's gonna zero it out. You can't really see it right now, but right now it says 0 over here. And actually just fill this up with beans. We want about 30 grams of beans. And if you don't spill at least 1 bean on the floor, then you got to spill a few beans on the floor. Then you're not making coffee properly. Let's see if I can get this without destroying my life. Let's see. So, oh my god, am I just tall or is it short? If the crouch? I don't know. Anyways, let me. Is this better? I actually, I actually think this might be a better view, even though you can barely see me. But who cares about that, right? So we have our coffee beans in here. So our next step is going to be to grind them. Um, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So basically, there's a burr in here. I actually can show. Did I just break my glass? I don't want to drink glass shards today. Yeah, it's an IKEA glass, so you get what you pay for. I actually can't show you now, but right down here there's a little dial, which you can adjust how fine you want the grind. I go for a medium to fine grind, which is about 10 clicks to the left. But before we start this, we need to boil, you can see over here, we need to boil our Wawa. Woo! This is a gooseneck. I got this off Amazon for like 20 bucks. It's not an electric one. You have to keep a closer eye on it. But it lets you look at the temperature, so you can't beat that. So usually what I do is I just do a cups full of water. Make sure to use filtered water. Don't use tap water. The quality of your water matters. Or your Wawa. Okay. And how do I know that's enough water? I don't. So the lighting in the kitchen sucks. And now you can't see my face, but it doesn't really matter. The water is actually at the correct temperature now. I need to hurry this up before it gets too cold, otherwise it's gonna suck. First, what you wanna do is we're doing the inverse method. So instead of originally, they want you to place it on top like this with the filter and the water, and it's gonna slowly drip, and then you do the push pop on top, like that. But we're doing it the opposite way. We're actually gonna put the push pop on the floor, or on the table. We're gonna put this on top. So now, it looks like this. So now we're gonna fill this with coffee. So I'm gonna get my table dirty a little bit, it's okay. We're gonna throw the coffee in there. Very cool. So then this whole process, you only have 1 minute and 30 seconds to do it. But before we do that, we're gonna preheat our mug a little bit. People online recommend, the creator actually says you don't need to do this, but why not? We put water in the filter just to get any residual paper taste out. There we go, that works, and I balance you there. Even cooler. All right, I think that's the best we're gonna be able to do right now. So what we do with the AeroPress is we have 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock to basically do everything. So I'm gonna go through with you. Our mug is heating up. So we're gonna start the timer. So sorry, Alex. Sorry now. So your first goal is to get all the grounds wet. I usually try to do this within the first 30 seconds, first 20, 10 seconds, there you go. You don't want to fill it up all the way to the top. Your goal is just to get the grounds wet. And actually, I probably just stirred it too much. So now we're gonna wait till the 45 or 50-second mark. So far, we are 26 seconds in. And your whole goal during this process is to let your beans bloom, which pretty much means, now I'm a hand model, there's residual gases in the beans, and if you look on top of the surface of here, you'll see it bubbling a little bit. That's not just the air between the grind, but that's the air that's actually trapped inside the bean, from my understanding. If I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure r/coffee will tell me I'm wrong. So now we're back to the minute mark. So we're gonna fill it up all the way to the top, and I'm gonna try to get the coffee beans off this. Da-da-da. I did not put enough water at all this time, but that's okay. Doesn't need to be the exact amount of water every time. So I'm gonna fill this. I'm gonna put this little cap on. I'm not gonna do the thing I did before. I'm gonna pour the extra water from here. Make sure to dump your water out of here. I'm gonna put it on top. So now what we do is, now the coffee mug is on, we pour it upside down like this. Cool. And now we do the push pop. So your whole goal, oh, this is gonna take a little while. So it's my first time seeing the coffee actually go through because of the clear mug. Ooh. And once you hear the then you know it's done. So, what we're gonna do is flip it upside down and let the coffee go all over the coffee table. But now, we have a nice glass of cohe, as we say. Oh my gosh. Yeah, not a good video, but we'll deal with it. The coffee's still pretty good though. I need like a place. I should have done everything on the table. I might have done everything a little bit better. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you liked the video, make sure to drop it a like. If you didn't like it, make sure to leave me some feedback on the bottom. I'm trying to embrace criticism more. But if you just say, lol, you suck, jump in a lake, that's not gonna really do me much help. I thank you to all my friends who always support me on Instagram when I make my coffee videos. Ashley is someone who's always very adamant when I make videos like that. Is adamant the right word? Probably not. Alright, we're done. I'm gonna play a lo-fi song or something. Hey Google, play some lo-fi!